The classroom was buzzing as usual when the morning bell rang. Students filed in, took their seats, and prepared for the day. But one chair stayed empty: Ravi's. Sketchboy glanced at the door, hoping to see his friend walk through it, but the door never opened. The teacher asked about him, but no one knew. Sketchboy sat in silence, feeling a pit in his stomach. Ravi hadn't missed a day in weeks. Something wasn't right. The absence was heavy, and Sketchboy couldn't shake the feeling that he had something to do with it. Walking through the hallway, Sketchboy heard whispers from different corners. "I heard Ravi got suspended." "No, he ran away because of what happened." Gossip buzzed through the air like flies around old food. Sketchboy kept his head down, his heart racing. He wanted to speak up but didn't know what to say. The weight of his decision to tell the truth felt heavier now. He hadn't seen Ravi since. Did the truth push him away? Or worse, did it break him? Guilt mixed with confusion swirled in Sketchboy's chest like a storm he couldn't escape. As Sketchboy opened his locker, a folded note fluttered to the ground. He bent to pick it up, recognizing Ravi's handwriting immediately. Nervously, he unfolded it. "I don't blame you," it began. "You did what you had to. But I need time. Maybe someday we can talk again." The words hit Sketchboy like a punch. He read the letter again and again, wishing for more, wishing for answers. It wasn't anger, it was distance. Ravi hadn't vanished because of hatred, but because he needed space. Sketchboy clutched the note tightly, as if it could hold their friendship together. In his mind, Sketchboy saw a vivid flashback: he and Ravi as younger boys, sitting under a giant tree, laughing as they sketched in their notebooks. They'd promised each other that no matter what, they would always be honest, always stick together. Those moments were pure, filled with innocence and trust. Sketchboy could still hear Ravi's laugh echoing. That memory felt like a different world now, a world before truth became a test, before silence grew between them. That one promise, always be real, was now the very thing that separated them. The cafeteria was loud, but Sketchboy felt alone in the noise. He sat at a table meant for two, his tray untouched. He opened his sketchbook and drew Ravi's smiling face from memory. Each line was filled with emotion. A girl from another table, Aisha, approached. "You okay?" she asked gently. He nodded without looking up. She sat beside him. "Truth can hurt, but it heals too." Her words were unexpected, yet comforting. For the first time that day, he didn't feel invisible. Maybe others saw his pain. Maybe, just maybe, he wasn't alone after all. That evening, Sketchboy sat on the sofa, quiet, with his sketchbook resting on his knees. His mother noticed. She sat beside him and softly asked what was wrong. He told her everything about Ravi, the truth, and the letter. She listened, then placed her hand on his. "Doing the right thing isn't easy," she said. "But it's what builds character. You didn't lose your friend. You helped him see what's real." Her voice was calm, steady. Sketchboy leaned on her shoulder. In that moment, the weight of guilt lifted just a little. Sometimes, love speaks loudest in silence. Alone in his room, Sketchboy opened his sketchbook again. This time, he drew a future. He imagined himself and Ravi, older, sitting under the same tree, sketching like they used to. The drawing felt like a wish written in pencil. He tore it out gently and taped it inside his locker the next morning. Underneath the sketch, he wrote in bold letters, "Still waiting. Still hoping." It was more than art, it was a message, a quiet invitation for Ravi to return. It was hope in the shape of a drawing. The next day, Sketchboy arrived at school, not expecting much. But whispers began, this time not rumors, but shock. He turned toward the entrance. There stood Ravi, his backpack slung over one shoulder, ice-tired but smiling. Sketchboy froze. Ravi walked toward him slowly, stopping just a few feet away. "Wanna sketch something together?" he asked. Sketchboy didn't say a word, he simply smiled back, tears brimming in his eyes. It wasn't dramatic. It was quiet. But it was everything. Their friendship hadn't ended. It had only paused. Under the old tree where they first became friends, Sketchboy and Ravi sat once again. Their sketchbooks open, pencils in hand. No words were needed. The wind rustled the leaves gently above them. Aisha passed by and saw them from a distance. She smiled knowingly. Some bonds bend but don't break. With each stroke of the pencil, they weren't just drawing, they were healing. The silence between them was no longer awkward, it was peaceful. It was the kind of silence that comes when everything's going to be okay.
If her story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this is Text to Heart, where stories speak to your soul and awaken your spirit.